right on to our interview of candidates. So our first person being interviewed this evening is Jason Beuregard. If Jason could come have a seat, and if the rest of the applicants could please follow Mrs. McDowell, and she'll take you to the green room.
And before, Mrs. McDowell,
Donna?
before you go,
Yes.
could I ask you, not you personally, but if we can get somebody to bring a pitcher of water and some cups for our applicants?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like to help yourself to water over here before she goes?
No, I'm all set. I think I should be fine.
Mr. Shields said we want you to be comfortable.
We want everybody to be very comfortable with the interview process this evening. Each board member is going to go through and ask a question, and we'll take turns as to which board members will go first with asking you a question this evening, Jason. First of all, thank you very much for turning in an application and for being here this evening. We truly appreciate it. Mrs. Burt, could you start us out this evening?
Yes, we have to. Likewise, thank you very much for offering your services to the district. It's appreciated.
Thanks for having me.
Can you tell us what is your opinion of Livonia Public Schools and why?
My opinion of Livonia Public Schools, is a very positive one. I went to school here from nursery school all the way through 12th grade, graduated from Stevenson. As a real estate agent, I speak very highly of the district. I think in recent discussions with some friends who live in the district and chose to move out of town, they said, oh, well, they cited all these statistics about whatever the recipient school district offered. And I said, I think that what really impresses me about Livonia Public Schools is that it has been able to provide quality education to the children for a long period of time. And despite shrinking enrollment and shrinking population, well, actually, I don't want to speak. I know the city of Livonia's population has shrunk. I don't know if LPS has or not, but regardless, hasn't been able to provide a very high level of education despite that. And to me, I like the sort of long run aspect of what Livonia has done. That makes sense.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Mr. Oak?
Why do you want to serve as a school board member?
Well, I've always valued very highly serving the community. Serving whatever group that I've been a part of, any group that I've been a part of, I've chosen, at least tried to hold a leadership position. And it's one of these things where, if you want, I have opinions, but really they're not important right now. If you have an opinion, you should go and try to be active in making things change, or stay the same, or whatever it may be. So I believe that I have a lot that I can provide the board from my experiences, and that's more or less it. It's a strive to serve, and also specifically, I've always had, like I said, aspirations to serve publicly, and I always told my father, I said, I'd really like to get on the Livonia Public, the school board. And years ago, 15 years ago. I'm barely old enough to say 15 years ago, but it was 15 years ago. So this is something I've thought about for a long time. So that's my answer.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson?
Yes. Do you have any specific goals as a school board member?
I really don't. I think the only specific goal is financial responsibility. And I know that this is what you folks do on a day in and day out basis. So I don't know that I'm coming up with anything that's earth shattering. I think but I would like to continue to do that. I'd like to, so that there isn't anything specific outside of that. I just want to improve our school district. I want to be involved, and I believe as a small business owner and with my experience on such trustee or e-board or whatever the term is, I'm a relatively good decision maker in those instances. So.
Mrs. May?
As a board member, oftentimes we have to make some pretty tough decisions, some of them popular, some of them unpopular. When you take a look at how you'll make those decisions, do you have the ability to put your personal opinions aside and consider what's best for the district? Or how do you see yourself, I guess would be a better way of asking, how do you see yourself going about these really tough decisions?
Well, I definitely will have the boards, the school districts, you know, best intentions. My intentions will be to make sure that, I'm losing my train of thought, but the children in the learning environment is always going to be my top goal. And, you know, very often I will set aside, you know, very selfish views. Obviously, my own personal views are going to play a part. I think that's what makes me an individual and somebody who can contribute. But at the same time, compromise within certain parameters is always the name of the game. And making the difficult decision. I do not at all shy away from difficult decisions. As a small business owner, I make difficult decisions every single day. So I look forward to it. Not that I like them, but I look forward to the challenge, definitely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Patrice.
Mr. Freeman.
All my questions were asked. Well, the ones I had prepared for Mr. Beuregard. So I asked a simple one. Define leadership.
Define leadership. My type of leadership, I think, is lead by example. I think that's the main thing. Now, I think that it is necessary to have leaders that also speak and lead through their words. But I think the example comes first, and then the speaking, leading with your words comes secondary. So I think both are components, but for me, if I had to give a two-word definition, it would be by example, definitely.
Hi. One of the difficult tasks we have as a board member and sometimes involves the expulsion of students. How difficult would it be for you to make those types of decisions?
It would be very difficult. I mean, I do not want to see a student for their life to be changed in that manner. But with that said, we have, you know, I don't know the exact number, I apologize, 5,000 or 6,000 or whatever amount of students that we have in the district that this student's actions impact, and staff and faculty who their actions impact. And so I would definitely take that into account and make the best decision possible. And I can speak to a certain extent from experience. I mentioned in my application various college leadership positions. And the main position, and you know, it's a little bit, I don't know if everybody agrees with me, this was a good leadership or not, but I believe it was a very strong, I was the president of my fraternity while I was in college. And yes, there's a big social aspect, but we have formal meetings and we have members who do all sorts of silly stuff, much like kids under the age of 18 would do. And I had to kick out one of our members, and I had the rest of our board. Obviously, we worked together on it. And another one where we chose not to kick him out, but we severely censured him and suspended him, I suppose is a better term. So I have experience, and I'm not unwilling to do it by any means.
Okay. Those are all the formal questions we have this evening, but we'd like to give you 2 minutes if there's anything you'd like to say about yourself or make the board aware of that you'd like us to consider about you this evening.
All right. Well, I think I tried to get a lot of my points in with the questions, but I think that one thing I had not touched on is for the last, with a year and a half gap, I've been the vice president and member at large of my condo association, which is, relatively small potatoes, but at the same time, it's a similar environment. And so I think that has shaped my ability to sort of interact in such a situation. But more importantly, I think being a small business owner over the last, it's 4 years now, has really prepared me and molded me into making difficult decisions on a daily basis. And I think that uniquely prepares me for the rigors of being a school board trustee, board member. So definitely, and I am a lifelong citizen of Livonia, 5 years up at East Lansing, and went to Buchanan, Roosevelt, Riley, and Stevenson. And so the district and its welfare is near and dear to my heart.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time this
Thank
evening,
you.
sir, and thank you very much for putting your application and being considered. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And you're welcome to have a seat in the audience.
All right, very good.
Thank you.